Today's question deals with a typical sign of the times, and it's about how do I navigate an ever-increasing mean culture? A bit cynical look on the way things are, but I see the truth in the question. So outside of making sure your friend group, your family group, your community is a community that builds you up, outside of making sure your circles, your close circles of friends and family are positive, there are some things you can do, but start with those. Make sure your friends and family, those in your closest circles, make sure those people are extremely positive, connected to God. That's why we often say your Rhemites should be in your close circle, because we are on a path and we're growing. Many of us are Zoe living. We are Zoe living, and that's a huge deal. But understanding that we live in a culture that is fallen and we are in a latter-day situation, how do you navigate that? Let's talk about that. Trolling, bullying, sarcastic comments, insults. For some reason, they are the trend. They are all the rage. And a lot of times it seems the more mean you are, the more wittier you are, the more fashionable you are. And this especially happens online, but also happens in real life. Walking down the street, in the grocery store, at Walmart. This is almost our new normal. It's almost our new normal, and it makes you wonder, are we becoming a meaner society? As we near the end days, is our fallen, fleshly nature beginning to dominate our personalities and our value systems? The deceptions and misconceptions around being mean to other people suggest that we will feel better, we will look better, we will perhaps even be better, not really, simply by engaging in a mean attitude or a cynical perspective on reality. Being mean has many different contaminated actions attached to it. Mocking others or ostracizing others, slandering others. These are contaminated actions. There's more. So just a few. The lies say you will be better, you will look better, you will be fashionable if you're mean, but they hide from you the reality. You are drinking a poison, and you are hoping you'll become healthier, happier, and more fashionable. The second seeds of being mean are often guilt, shame, and the curse is eventually less community for yourself. And remember this, at the end of the day, one of the major goals of our enemy, our spiritual enemy, is to destroy relationship. He wants to destroy your relationships. Remember that. It is the primary goal of the demonic. The soil of a consistently mean person is always a black, self-focused soil, fighting like an orphan. It's a soil that nurtures the seeds of clutching, of anger. And this leads to a deluded mind that is mean. It is not a mind of Christ. The person has values that say, fight for what you want. You have to fight to get and keep. You must walk over others because there is not enough. There's not enough for all, and you are not going to have anything if you don't take it and defend it from others. And it goes on, but there is some of the core beliefs and values that say that. And what they do when they say that is they create disturbing, mean actions. So then, why do people do it? Why should we intentionally or even casually choose to act in a way that not only hurts others, but eventually brings tribulation and hurt to ourselves? The deception is a strong lie, and it's a powerful deception. The lie promises a lot. Being nasty to others is used all the time, daily, around the world. In the business world, people are cruel to others in order to gain a competitive edge. Politics, the same. Perhaps they do it because they need to let frustration out, or internal pain of their own needs to come out. Perhaps they do it because it brings them a thrill, a splash of color in an otherwise bland, boring world that they exist in. The orphan lives in a boring world. And we may all indulge in this as a reaction to something we don't like, or a person we don't enjoy, situation we want to get out of. I find that a lot of people, when they are online or when they are driving, it draws a lot of this cynical meanness out of them because they can be anonymously cruel to others. And driving especially often brings out the fanger progression, the fear-anger progression, as we fear being late or injured in a car accident. That can instantly lead to disturbing actions and thoughts. Now, in these latter days, many of us already have poor community, even in the church. And that's one of the reasons I created Rhema. But poor community leads to a community that gossips and slanders and ostracizes others easily. But there is another way to live. There is a Rhema way to live. This other way is closer to God's reality and brings less or no tribulation. Remember, people who are mean to others are drinking a poison and hoping that this poison will help them grow stronger, healthier, happier, more connected. And that is not God's reality. And so their reality brings tribulation, moving away from that reality to their own sad reality, moving away from God's reality. So moving towards God's reality focuses on the soul soil and the roots that soil nourishes. And it requires practice, but the payoff is huge. Checking your intentions and your motives when you feel yourself slipping into nastiness can help turn over that soul soil for you. It can turn your soul soil over like a gardener turns soil and create something that is God-focused, kind, and loving. And you can rip out the dark roots and plant a seed of love into your soul soil. And so this is the process we take. And we do it with the three flames, Jesus, the scriptures, and the body of believers, the Rhemites. And that's the community aspect. So we get rid of the nastiness, the meanness, the cynical behavior that's so popular these days that leads to disturbing thoughts, contaminated actions, and brings about a new way. We bring about a new way with Rhemites in our so close circles of family and friends. And that's what the Rhemite community is about. That's what the four paths are about, and that's what we are about. With the three flames, we find warmth, light, community. That's all for today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.